Good morning, everyone. Got your coffee? I got mine. So listen, I don't have a lot today. I really don't, but I do want to say something. But before I say that, I want to say thank you to some people. I want to say thank you to you, Lee, for supporting the platform. Thank you so much. And the same thing to you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for your wonderful support of this platform. I appreciate it so much. I cannot tell you enough. And then I want to say a very special thank you to Tracy B., who came through with one of the biggest donations that the Library Pantry has ever received. And I will spare you the details, but it was right on time. You know, I believe here in South Carolina, they got their SNAP benefits on Friday, but I can't tell. Traffic has not slowed down, not even a little bit here. And I don't know if that's because of what went on with the SNAP benefits. I'm guessing so. And then a lot of people that didn't know about the Library Pantry found out about it. And also because the holidays are coming up. And so, long story short, we just haven't slowed down here. And thank you so much. Because of you, we didn't run out. Well, we ran out, but we'll have more. And like I said, this is not something that I'm going to stress. I'm just going to roll with the punches. And whatever happens is what happens. And all I can do over here is my best. I had that conversation with myself, and I'm sticking with it. Okay? I'm sticking with it. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you. What I wanted to talk about today was the mass blackout. Now, I don't know. I'm not changing my profile picture, but I am participating in the mass blackout. I like my profile picture. But I am participating in the mass blackout. Why wouldn't I? You know, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for Black people to understand on a higher level exactly what our spending power is in this nation. Now, I know that not all of us are going to participate, but I can't, control what other people do. I can only control what I do, and I want to participate. And as someone who years and years ago got away from hyper consumer spending, I'm interested to see how this is all going to play out, and I'm very actually excited to be a part of it. So if you don't know, from November 25th to December 22nd, we are not spending any money for anything. And me, I am famous for lists. They help keep me organized and they help me strategize. So I love a list. My husband always teases me about that. But this latest list, it has to do with the mass blackout. And it's all the things that I think that I might need so that I don't spend any money. Like I have to make sure that my tank is full. And I have to make sure that there are groceries in the house because I'm not even spending money on groceries. I have to make sure that I have supplies of all my medications, both prescription and over the counter. Just things like that. It wouldn't be an extensive list for me because, like I said, I don't spend a whole lot of money on things that I don't need. That's just who I am. What I actually really need right now, the only thing that I need in the world right now, are caftans. But I've been rocking and rolling with just what I got. Because, for one, when I thought we were going to be moving to Canada, I didn't want to pack extra this and extra that. So I stopped buying caftans actually for that reason. But I will treat myself to some new caftans. After this boycott is over with, this strike is over with. But I won't be spending any money on anything. My husband or myself. So make your little list. If you're going to participate, really participate. And let's really just show America what we're about. Let's show them that our dollars should not be taken for granted. And that a lot of us, again, some of us just are. because Americans are conditioned to spend and to participate in hyperconsumerism. So, once again, I think that it is a really good opportunity for Black people to show this nation that we control our dollars, that not all of us are conditioned to just spend, 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 spend. Not all of us are going to just give our money over to white people and Asian people and Latinos and people that do not look like us. That if we do spend our money, we are going to spend our money with Black people. And I think that I don't celebrate the holidays, so I don't, want to sound like a hypocrite, but if you are someone that celebrates the holidays, maybe this holiday, you can buy from Black vendors and Black companies. I think that, and I want to be careful how I say this, but I think that because we don't have, Black schools are not as funded as white schools are. And so we don't always learn the same things that they do. And I think one of the things that we should have been learning in Black schools and that we should be teaching in Black schools is financial literacy. Financial literacy is the reason why, or should I say financial illiteracy, is the reason why so many Black athletes, and they've gotten better throughout the years because they've gotten those guys some help now, in the form of financial experts. But Black actors, singers, rappers, athletes lose their money and go broke so quickly. And the same holds true for those of us who are not rich. We plan for Saturday night and not generational wealth. A good example of a Black person who is planning for generational wealth is that Candy Burris. Y'all know who she is? Of Escape, Candy, The Real Housewives, Candy, Chi-Town, Candy Burris. If you Black, y'all know who Candy is. Say what you want about Candy, but she got multiple streams of income. And she's always planning for the future and not the right now. And I understand that a lot of us tend to have a lot of money. But when we do get money, we invest in things that are not going to sustain us on down the line, like cars and clothes and designer this and designer that. Self-care, I understand. But being financially illiterate doesn't help us. And I think that now it's just a really, really good opportunity for us to sit down our kids, whether they be little kids or big kids, adult kids. Talk to our cousins and them. Aunts and uncles, talk to your nieces and nephews. Grandparents, talk to your grandkids. Parents, talk to your kids. Husbands, talk to wives. Wives, talk to husbands about this mass blackout, because it's bigger than what we think it is. And we need to be changing up our mindset. And we need to be thinking about building generational wealth. Because if we don't do it for us, nobody else will. We keep asking, expecting, even begging in some cases, for seats at tables that we are not welcome at. instead of doing the one thing we should have been doing, and that is building our own tables. You build your own table, and you always got some place to eat. You build your own table, and you ain't got to beg nobody for a seat at theirs. Black people have $1.7 trillion in spending power in this nation, just in this nation. And let me tell you how powerful that is. It's so powerful that everybody and their mama want to tap into it. Target, Sephora, other members of the diaspora, white people, everybody want to tap into those black dollars. They know how valuable those black dollars are. Everybody seems to know, except for us, collectively speaking. And if we did things like invested in each other or invested with each other, we, our children, and future generations would be a lot better off. A lot better off. And so I think that this mass blackout is a great opportunity for us to see, when we come together, just what actually happens when we halt those dollars. And more importantly, when we reinvest those dollars into ourselves and not into other communities. Look at what Sephora did recently. Sephora took one of our favorite singers and played in our damn face. And yeah, they changed the commercial, but they still said what they said. And they still really played us like we was stupid. Don't y'all spend y'all money at Sephora. And I don't know who's doing the marketing for Ulta, but this will be a great opportunity for Ulta to just slide on in there. You remember when that white chick, that Sweeney chick, did that thing she did? She did that jeans commercial. And she's like, oh, my white jeans, is better than your jeans. Remember? And she did that. What was it for? Old Navy. I believe it was Old Navy. And then the Gap slid in there and did what they did. Ulta need to be doing the same thing, but let me stop. Them some white companies, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Now is a good time for black people to understand what our dollar is really about. And we need to be talking to other black people and explaining to them the same thing, because y'all know it's going to be black people that's going to spend money. Get your little Thanksgiving list. Buy everything that you have to buy on Thanksgiving. Don't spend no money from November the 25th to December the 2nd. Because we have an actual point to prove. And that is that we cannot be discounted in this nation. That we have power and our dollars have power. Our dollars can build up our neighborhoods. Our dollars can build generational wealth. Our dollars can get our politicians elected. Our dollars can get our agendas met. Our dollars hold power. But not if we're ignorant of that fact. A fact we need to be teaching to each other. That's really all that I wanted to say today. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a righteous day. Don't be nobody's problem today. And if you would like to support this platform, buy me a cup of coffee, or support the Library Pantry. I'll leave my Cash App and Venmo down in the comments. Have a good day, y'all.